Hello, welcome to Hope for Flint. I'm your host, Kristen Willisonovich, here with my gorgeous co-host, Lisa Metropolis.
Hi, ladies.
Hi. Welcome to your first Hope for Flint podcast.
How exciting. This is very exciting.
You know, and this is our second Hope for Flint show, and what an honor and privilege to have such a mover and shaker in the community,
Yes.
truly.
BA,
Heather Kale, General Manager of the Ferris Wheel. Hello, darling.
Well, hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hi.
Thank you. You had to follow the Chief of Police, the Mayor, the
Yep.
Champ, and Sergeant Tyrone Booth. No pressure.
Well, now the party starts.
That's right. That's right.
Now, I know, once the cops left,
Yeah.
we were like, woo!
We let it down a notch, yeah.
We could breathe. Thank you. Hey, big friend of ours, Innovative Health and Hope for Flint has an office at the Ferris Wheel on the second floor, and we adore that place.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Tell us a little bit about what the Ferris Wheel is and what you do.
So we are a co-working ecosystem.
Okay.
Kind of a new concept in the last 5 years or so. A lot of people liken us to WeWork and facilities like that. We really want to be a gathering place for the community.
Okay.
We have a revolving door. We don't have
Yeah.
security in the front. We have, students, movers and shakers, people coming to get coffee, coming to get prints from
Right.
Flint Prints. Just really trying to make the place of community within our building.
Very much so, and it's an amazing energy.
Absolutely. So many entrepreneurs, from young to an older generation, just so many entrepreneurs, and that's really what you're
Right.
promoting and supporting is the
That's right.
entrepreneurship in this community.
Absolutely. And what we want to do is make sure that we're leveraging resources within
Yeah.
the building. So you have a young startup that's able to have a flex membership, and they can't really afford an office.
Right.
So they can utilize the space, but yet at the same time they're interacting with somebody from the state bank or
Right.
Arcturus or an established organization.
It's so incredible that you brought that up, because a lot of times when we first got space there, I would think I'm going to go get some administrative work there. But what I found, it was such a beautiful collaboration to see and talk to everyone. So I will allocate a day when I know I need to get out and network
Right.
and get the brain going and do the
Right.
brainstorming and the energy flowing. It's a pretty incredible space. You really have to experience it to even explain it, don't
Yeah,
you think,
yeah.
sometimes?
Absolutely. And it's you can plan for that collaboration, but it really comes organically when somebody goes downstairs to Foster to get a cup of coffee,
Right.
and maybe their printer isn't working, and they ask the person next to them, hey, can you give me a little help here?
Girl, the elevator. Don't tell me. Don't get
Right?
me
Yeah.
started about the magic that happens on the elevator, just in the dialogue and
Well, that
what you
sounds
talk.
ominous.
Well, sorry about that. That's for a different podcast. But long story short, you've got some real talent in that building, and how fun for you,
Yeah.
Heather Kale.
Yeah.
I mean, every day is probably pretty exciting, isn't it?
It's pretty exciting. Hair on fire all day long. I won't
Right.
lie. It's
Yeah.
a lot of hard work. We have David and Phil Hagerman driving the bus.
Uh-huh. No big deal.
Yeah.
big
And
deal.
they go 90 miles an hour, and well, actually we all go 90 miles an
Right.
hour. I like to say that we go 90 miles an hour, and that when we get going down the road, all of a sudden Phil or David grab the steering wheel, and it's like, whoa, now
Yeah.
what?
Right.
But we have a good time, and we're very lucky. Phil has a deep connection to Flint.
Yeah.
He started off as an entrepreneur himself
Right.
with Diplomat Pharmacy over off Beecher Road with his dad, corner store, and grew it into what it is today.
It's amazing.
And what he wants to do is give back and give other people the opportunity to do what he did. And we also have 100K Ventures,
Yes,
100K,
tell us-
100K ideas within the building.
Yeah, tell people about that.
That concept.
I'm sure a lot of people have heard about it and don't really. Some people don't know exactly what
Sure.
it is yet.
So 100K Ideas is a nonprofit organization within the Ferris Wheel. They're on the first floor, and really they support innovators and inventors. So if you come into the building and you say, I have this widget, I have no idea where to start.
Right.
A lot of times when you're creating a business, financial institutions say, well, that's great. We can't really do anything for you until you create a business plan.
That's right.
So why create a business plan? The model is based on why create a business plan when you pay somebody to do it, you spend all this time, and then you figure out, oh, there's something already out there.
Right.
What do I do now? So the whole premise of this is to help and support innovators and entrepreneurs flush all that out and
Okay.
utilize free services with students from Kettering, from Mott, from U of M, from College of Creative Studies, really tapping into a workforce that is untapped, with the colleges around here.
Absolutely.
And figuring out, giving them workforce development and figuring out how to prepare the battlefield for them for their next
That's
step.
exactly right. And what a win-win situation for the person coming in, because like you said, they flesh out to see if that, you come in, you've got this magnificent idea, but it may already be in existence.
Right.
They do that type of work for you, but win-win in the sense that also you're working with these really talented students that are getting some real life skill set.
It's a think tank.
Yeah.
It's a think tank. You come in, you say, here's my thought, here's my idea, here's my aha moment.
Yep.
And then they put together a think tank for you.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They
That's
do,
incredible.
and they do a half an hour assessment, and then you can say that you want to go on and move forward with the
Sure.
idea, and then there's a binder that they can put together that has market analysis, financials, patent ideas. And that costs $200, but there are scholarships available for people that can't afford it.
It's a drop in
It's
the
a
bucket.
drop in the bucket for going forward, for moving forward.
Any major corporation pays
Absolutely.
top dollars for a team to put that together. So
Absolutely.
to have that opportunity right there in the lobby, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah,
Thank
right when
you
you walk in through the literal revolving door. Like
Yeah.
it's a literal
It
revolving
is.
door.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's not kidding. So how many floors at the Ferris wheel?
Whew, I run them every day. 7 floors,
7
46,000
floors.
square feet.
Wow.
Wow.
How many office spaces are available, like that are left right now?
I can't give you a specific count, but we're about 87 to 90% full.
Wow.
Okay, pretty incredible.
yeah,
That's an incredible, and it's called the Ferris wheel. It's kind of a legacy name because it used to be.
Yep, used to be Ferris First. So in 1926, it started off as a furniture company.
Right.
Exchanged hands a couple times, and then the Ferris brothers bought it, and they were furriers, and they had sew and stitch and warehousing. And they had some other stores within the building, and then it sat dormant for 40 years.
Right.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Phil and Jocelyn had to come in and do some massive work to
lot
that
of work
place.
on it, yeah.
Very well worth it. We can't appreciate them more. And I will tell you, I feel the rich history. And you look at next door to the Ferris wheel is the
Dryden.
Dryden, home of General Motors, baby. And what is housed at the Dryden?
Oh my. Seawick's there, Piper, Law, Congressman Dan Kildee just moved in.
Wow.
Sendera Specialty Pharmacy is there. I'm trying to think what else. Article 1 was there. Article 1.
Yeah.
Wow,
Article
that's
One
at the pop-up
glasses.
store,
Yeah.
yes.
And great story. So they started there with the support. They were underneath SkyPoint's VC, so they're part of the portfolio company, and
Love
now
it.
they're getting their own storefront.
Is that
Wow.
not insane? It
love
is.
it.
Is it? I mean, we talk all the time. We travel, and the perception of Flint. Obviously with what we've dealt with, and that was our inaugural show today. Was just talking about the crisis,
Right.
But kind of the rise from the ashes. And us being downtown, it is so electric, and the energy is incredible, and the talent, and now the storefronts and the entrepreneurship. It speaks volumes to the resurgence of the city.
Yeah, absolutely. If people haven't come downtown in 10 years, 5 years, even a couple of years, it's a completely different place. To be out or walking around, going to lunch at noon, it's really exciting, just the people you pass on the street, and just everybody's excited to be
everybody.
downtown.
Yeah, you know everybody because they're down there for a purpose and a reason. And you don't just go down there one time. Once you've been down there, if you haven't been down there for quite a while, it's a place that just energizes you, and you say, "I'm coming back.
Yep,
I'll be
absolutely.
back." And so many times people come back, and then they don't just come back; they want to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have people reaching out to us. Maybe the Ferris wheel isn't the space for them, but we work very closely with Uptown,
Yep.
trying to get them plugged into other places downtown. And if not Uptown, then the close, in close proximity to downtown Flint, because, it takes everybody to move us forward.
I think, too, what's so important, and one of, I know Phil Hagerman's vision, Phil and David both, and having 1,000K ideas, 100K ideas, 100,000 K ideas. Down in the lobby is bridging the gap between the neighborhoods and
Yes.
downtown. So what they're able to do now is reach out to Civic Park and kind of reach out
That's
into
right.
the neighborhoods. I know friends of ours are starting to really utilize the third floor at the Ferris wheel, which has a classroom setting,
Yep.
all of your conference rooms, and it's bringing in tutoring for inner city neighborhoods. And I mean, just to have that diversity and to have all that excitement, and like you said, all of them working together congruently. It's just massive purpose and vision, and a big thank you to Phil Hagerman and David, and you, Heather, too, because you've been a big part of it, especially your work in the chamber.
Yep.
You know, that's what I was going to just say.
Sorry, Lisa.
You've kind of been and I'm saying this, Heather, you have been instrumental in so many movements forward for years.
Thank you.
So you have seen, so that's what I wanted to ask you was, personally, honestly, what has this meant to you from seeing what it was 10, 15, even, you know, so many years ago to where it has gone now, and what continues to move you into these positions where you are continuing to just highlight so many of the changes and
Playing
bring
such
about
a big part.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So it's just really, it's about just changing the narrative. And, you know, we all are champions for Flint. I've lived in the same neighborhood for 43 years. I've
Wow.
never left. I've, you know, lived in 2 houses with my parents, then I rented a house, and then I bought a house. And I don't plan on moving anywhere. Being downtown and being in Flint is, I mean, I have a tattoo. Look.
I
Right,
want to
it's
clap.
Flint.
I want to clap. That's right.
No, it's
do.
you know, Flint is a great place, and it gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
And we just have to be louder than the negative out there.
Wow.
And Lord knows we can be loud.
Oh, we can. Let me tell you, we can. So you're very busy in the Ferris wheel, always constantly moving. And one thing I think people need to know too is that lobby has been such an really special space for everyone. You guys don't just limit use to people within the Ferris wheel. That lobby is something that you open up to the community,
That's right.
whether it's parties or launch parties or anything. Tell us a little bit about that opportunity.
Yeah, so we want to be able to utilize this space as flexible as we can. We want to be as flexible as we can. Certainly, we want it to fit within the model of the Ferris wheel. We can utilize the third floor, the conference room space, for meetings, for roundtables,
Right.
for a number of things. And one thing is we are always open to talking about new ideas and opportunities.
Always.
And in having a discussion, and if it's a good fit, it's a good fit. If it's not, then we help you find a resource other than the Ferris wheel. But
Right.
you know, keep in mind the stuff that's moving next door. You know, the first floor in the Dryden. There's going to be a lot more opportunity to have fun downtown.
Oh, it's amazing. We'll tell
Yeah.
you at a later podcast, but it's pretty special, incredible.
Yeah.
And I think too, Lisa, you hit the nail on the head for Heather being such a big part
Oh.
of the progression of the city. Have you always seen this? Have you seen it? Did you have the vision?
Did you
I think
know?
you have.
Did you know?
I think you did. I think you did.
I just knew what I saw. I knew what I felt. That's
Yeah.
what I knew. I mean, I didn't know what it was going to be. I certainly don't have a developer, mindset. I'm not Phil Hagerman. I'm not Uptown. What I do know is what I can get behind, and it's really about Flint and showing my daughter that she can be proud of where she's
I have
from.
goosebumps.
Gonna make
Yeah.
me cry.
Oh, because Flint is dope.
That's right.
Well, and I think Heather Kale is dope. And
Heather
I
Kale
think
is
no,
dope.
I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
You're approachable. You are everything. You are hip, you are hot, you are happening, you are light, you are energy. And I think that's also why it makes the Ferris wheel so attractive.
Yep.
I'm not saying that the building isn't aesthetic. I'm not saying that the energy isn't real in there, but I think knowing someone who is so passionate about the city and authentic and real and the people. And I don't care who you are, right? I don't care if you're Phil Hagerman or you're coming because you're homeless off the street. This girl will take care of you.
She will absolutely
You
welcome
have
you with open
always,
arms. Always.
Biggest heart I've ever met in my
R.L.
life.
Mitchell is a good friend of mine. Leroy downtown. Come
That's
get
right.
a cup of coffee.
That's
That's what I'm saying. Whether your relationship, whether it's Catholic Charities, whether it's the Shelter of Flint, whether it is the, penthouse at one of the, anywhere, you are real. And I think that is the key to your success. And I think it's really the key to the success of the city. I think you represent a big chunk of the community.
Absolutely.
Am I wrong?
Thanks.
No.
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Open arms all the time.
I'm not a big hugger, but I'll do it.
I'll
Somebody
hug.
else.
Yeah,
I
we
always
hug.
hug you
High
too.
five.
Now I know you're not. I'm going to hug you
I
even
just do it.
tighter.
She just does it. She rolls her eyes, but oh god. Then
I hug so tight.
hand sanitizer. Yeah, hand sanitizer. So okay, and then working with Phil.
Yeah.
How's that been?
Oh my gosh.
No big deal.
Yeah, no bigs.
Phil.
I mean,
He's so humble.
Meh.
He's such a great human being. I mean,
Yeah.
he is just
Wow.
he just wants to see people succeed. He wants to share his success. It's fantastic what he can do, and he's such a dreamer and such a visionary. And I'm just so thankful just to stand with him and help move things forward.
Has he
with him.
taught you a lot personally?
Yeah, I mean, how could he not?
Right.
I mean, everybody teaches
Sure,
me
sure.
everything, right? Like
Yeah.
you just take a little piece of what
Nugget,
people.
yes.
Yeah, 100%. But I see how fast he goes. I see how compassionate he is, how humble he is, and he's just an amazing person. And to be of that level of success. And to be a real human speaks volumes for his
to be
character.
that accessible to you,
Yes.
to anyone, all day, every day, and to be able to do that.
David
just
too, I
speaks
mean-
But not
volumes.
just her, like David
Everyone,
too.
yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you're absolutely right in talking about when you're in his presence and his eyes light up and he gets just as excited about your story.
Yes.
It kind of you kind of get a piece of why he is successful too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you're the real deal. Your success
He'd be so mad right now, us spending all this time talking about
makes
him.
100% sense. And I think it's pretty incredible. And the fact that he moves at rapid speed. He's not afraid to move and make things
and
happen.
He's got that notebook, and he'll just scribble,
Constantly,
and he knows what it said. He can go back and read the notes and know exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And a big thank you to him because he's a massive part of the resurgence. And he is the resurgence. He is the Hagerman Foundation and what they've done. I mean, to put back into the city, we're very fortunate to have that. His presence and his resources are incredible. But I have to tell you real quickly, Heather Kale, he's also in the lobby. He's at those events. He doesn't,
Yes.
he's there. He's present.
Yep, absolutely. And if I forget to tell him, or he is out of town and he misses something, he'll come in and he'll say, I didn't even know this was going on. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Isn't that so great? Our Hope for Flint launch party for the magazine, which will be out in a couple of weeks in conjunction with this podcast. We were so great you're like, yeah, Phil's here. We're like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. He doesn't think twice. He's like, hey,
Nope, he
how
just
are
pops
you?
right in.
It's
Yep.
pretty special. So, okay, what do you see moving forward for the city of
Yeah,
Flint? What's your hope for Flint, Heather Kale?
Oh, my hope for Flint. I just want I want the people to experience it for themselves. I want people to not listen to what they hear and to ask questions and to find out for themselves. Because it's so easy to, listen, on the news and social media and say, oh, yeah, well, that's what it is. No, it's not what it is. And you have a responsibility as an intellectual, as a human being, to take your butt to Flint
That's right.
and to figure out what it means to you and how you can be a part of it and how you can plug in, because there's a lot of stuff going on.
I agree with you. And even our surrounding cities, get in there.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's opportunities at the Ferris wheel. If, like Peabody Insurance, they have a spot in Fenton, right?
Right.
But they also have a spot in the Ferris wheel. They want to be connected to Flint.
Same with State Bank.
Yep.
Same
So
with-
many people are
have those
moving in there.
Satellite
Satellite
Innovative
office.
Health, Hope
Yep.
for Flint. We will allocate, like I said, 2 to 3 days to get downtown to get into that amazing energy.
And the good part about it is it's a membership-based building, so you're not locked into a lease,
Right.
You can have a flex membership for $99 for 3 months, decide that you are ready for an office, move into an office for 9 months, and then say, oh, well, I think I bit off more than I can chew, and then go back. I mean,
Right.
oh, hi, how you
It's
doing?
okay, you're violent. But I agree with you because I just talked to someone who actually had an office and went to the Flex membership, and she was on our floor, and it was great. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
oh, what are you doing? I said, are you on the second floor? She's like, I'm Flex membership and I love it. She loves it.
It works.
So it works.
There's
it's whatever
something
is
that
the
works
best.
for everyone. Yeah.
That's absolutely
Yeah, I mean,
right.
of course, our goal is to pretend somebody comes through 100K and they build their business and they figure out they have some money coming in and then they need an office. We want that. We want them to come into the building, and ultimately we want them to get a suite up on the upper floor
Right.
Penthouse,
and then
baby.
move out, and get their own building.
Get your
Right.
storefront.
Get your
yeah.
own.
Like when we own that whole block,
That's right.
Hope for Flint and
Yeah.
Innovative Health, we'll have you over.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, that
You
sounds
can,
fantastic.
yeah,
That
we'll have
sounds
you
good.
all over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when we buy that whole block.
That whole
From
block.
Hagerman.
Oh, did I say that on the podcast? Pretend it didn't happen. And real quickly, though, like you said, Flint is a tough town. It's a tough town. It's tough. It's resilient, but it is grit.
Yeah.
It's grit, baby.
Yeah, we know what it takes.
We do know what it takes. Well, Heather Kale, we love you. General Manager of the Ferris Wheel. How can people get a hold of you for a tour? You do tours all day.
Yep, you can book a tour online, ferriswheelflint.com, or they can call 810-213-4710, and we can hook them up.
And that's her cell phone. Anytime, call her, wink, wink,
Yeah,
morning,
right.
noon, and night. And again, the opportunity is really unlimited. There are so many, office space, the Flex membership, utilizing the third floor of the classrooms. Also, there's a wellness floor on the 6th floor, right?
Yes,
So there's
yoga, fitness classes.
lots of yoga. Soon to be spin class, wink, wink. We're hoping for that. But it's a beautiful wellness
Yes.
room.
Come change the narrative. Come help change the narrative.
That's
Yep,
exactly
yep.
right. Yep.
Heather Kale.
Yay.
Hope for Flint, baby. High
Thanks.
five.
Woohoo.
Thank you. We love you, Lisa
you guys.
Metropolis.
Thanks.
Thank you. This has been Hope for Flint.